Syria's future hinges on uncertainty after the abrupt fall of President Assad. Once considered unassailable, Assad regime collapsed under the pressure of a rapid offensive by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham HTS and its allied factions. Our next report decodes the fall of the 53-year regime and why the Assad government was forced to surrender to the rebels and how they did it in a matter of just 11 days. Take a look at this report.
The Syrian revolution has gained its final victory. Bashar al-Assad's 53-year-old rule over Syria has finally collapsed. What once seemed like an unshakable regime has crumbled within a matter of 11 days. While many are shocked over the fall of the Assad regime, others are rejoicing the victory.
اللي صار بسوريا جميل. يعني ما كنا متوقعين ان تصير هيك يعني. اي والله. ولا بحياتنا. يعني كان علينا عسكريه طافشين العسكريه. وهذا اللي مفرحنا وهذا اللي مفرحنا.
هلا شو الوضع جديد ما بنعرف، شو الترتيب الجديد ما بعرف. قبل كان يعني على اضراط وهلا على احسن ان شاء الله.
احسن بكثير مو شوي.
احسن بكثير بشوي ما بنعرف، لسه نشوف شو الوضع شو الترتيب.
The story of Assad's downfall is not one of the sudden violence or a single battle, but rather the culmination of years of unrest and international pressure. It started in 2011 when peaceful protest against the Assad regime met with brutal repression. What followed was a bloody civil war that lasted over a decade and left the country in ruins. The regime had lost control of many parts of Syria over the years, but had managed to hold on to Damascus, the seat of its power. Fast forward to November 27th, a coalition of opposition forces launched a powerful offensive under the banner of Operation Deterrence of Aggression. Led by HTS and supported by Turkish-backed factions, the opposition quickly gained ground, sweeping through key cities including Aleppo, Homs and Hama. And by the end of the week, Damascus was in the hands of opposition forces. As the opposition forces surged into the capital, the Syrian military weakened by years of fighting and diminished morale. Soldiers abandoned military bases, surrendered weapons, and fled front lines. With the regime unable to hold back the opposition, Assad fled the country, ordering peaceful transfer of power. The Syrian Prime Minister Mohammed al-Jalali has laid down his guns.
لأية قيادة يختارها الشعب السوري ونحن مستعدون للتعاون معها بحيث نقدم لهم كل التسهيلات الممكنة وبحيث يتم نقل الملفات الحكومية المختلفة بشكل سلس.
The fall of Assad's rule is not only a military collapse but also an economic one. Syria's economy had been in shambles for years. It has been reliant on illicit trade, including the controversial drug Captagon. The lack of resources and the compounded failures of allies like Russia and Iran, who were too embroiled in their conflicts, rendered Assad's government powerless. Opposition forces opened the infamous Sednaya prison, known for its horrific human rights abuses under Assad's regime. Thousands of political prisoners held for challenging the regime were released, with many considering it the final nail in the coffin of Assad's tyranny. While opposition forces have taken control of key regions, there are still questions about the future of Syria. Will the revolution be able to build the country after years of destruction? Will other factions rise to power, or will Syria fall into further chaos? For now, Syrians are celebrating the end of the tyrannical rule, but the path ahead remains uncertain. Bureau Report, WION World is One.